creating the ability within my body to allow energy to run down from the racing mind and down into my legs, into my feet, and down into the ground has really allowed me to step out into the world and start doing a lot of the things that I was afraid to do. I used to spend a lot of time in my head overthinking every move. There was a lot of experiences that I wanted to have with women in business that I just couldn't have because of the excessive thinking I had going on in my head. And when we're in our head and we're constantly overthinking, we disconnect from our bodies. And it's in the connection with our bodies that we start to be able to, I don't want to say control our emotions, because that's not really what we're wanting to do. When we're up in our head overthinking, we're trying to control our emotions, because up here is a way out of feeling. When you are raised into a society that mostly avoids feeling and avoids emotions, then you're going to pick up on those habits whether you are aware of it or not. Most people aren't even aware that they exist solely in their head. Now, the amount of time that you put into social media, the amount of time you're staring into your phones, maybe the amount of time you spent on a computer at work analysing, because that's what you're getting paid to do, it's going to create a lot of energy up in your head. And when you have a lot of activation and energy in your head, it's going to be very difficult to feel grounded in life, to feel like you've got a hold of life. And so when you don't have a hold of life, life has a hold of you. And in that, you're going to lack confidence, because you're not going to get to go after the things that truly matter to you. Now, every one of us is different. We all have different goals and different experiences that we want to enjoy in life. But whatever that is, just notice how the blocks in the way, the things that are stopping you from going and taking the thing that you want, are all internal. You can see the path ahead of you, and at the end of the path, imagine the thing that you want. That could be the relationship, it could be the dating experiences, it could be the business. Now, for some men, they'll just walk up and take it. There might be things that you're able to take that other men can't. And that's because we're all wired differently. We all have different thought processes that are firing off different emotional states, and it's the emotional states that we're most afraid of. It's the avoidance of stress that comes up in our bodies. We've learned to really avoid stress at all costs. And so we spend so much of our energy on our habits and addictions that really keep us away from achieving our goals and really living the life that we know deep down we're here to live. So when it comes to grounding, the deeper your ability to ground, the more easily you're able to go after your goals and desires in life. Because when the fear comes up, and it will, you're able to bring yourself down into your body and process the fear and process the uncomfortable emotions. And then you're able to step forward again and keep working and keep stepping forward until you reach the goal. Now, of course, there's a lot of manifestation processes and teachings out there. Many teachers will tell you that you can sit at home and just feel as if it's already happened, and then miraculously it will. Now, I have experienced that, and sure, it's possible to a degree, but you're still going to be required to step out of your comfort zone at some point. You can imagine and feel as if opportunities are in front of you, and then you will start seeing them in the world. That's how it works. But at some point, you're going to have to walk towards the thing that it is you want. And if you've been avoiding it your whole life, it's going to bring up discomfort within you. And why wouldn't you want that? I mean, I get why you wouldn't, because fear's uncomfortable. But it's such a beautiful process where you can really start stepping towards what you're afraid to do. And then when the stress comes up and you feel the activation come up into your head and you start scanning the environment for threats, you can bring yourself back down. You can feel into your back. You can feel down into your legs, into your ankles. You can feel the heels firmly planted against the ground. You can feel an open channel of energy that's going to allow that energy to trickle down through your body and into the ground. And in that, you're going to get a little bit more grounded. Now, as I talked about this grounding process, you might have noticed that my energy shifted a little. If you wind the video back a minute or two, you might notice that there was a shift of energy. And this is how impactful we are on the world around us. Where our energy is in our body, how embodied we are, how grounded we are, we're going to affect the environment around us. If you want to succeed in a job interview, if you want to create a deep connection with a beautiful woman on the date, it's your grounded self that's going to help you get that. If you're just caught up in your head, overthinking stuff, you're going to push those experiences away. So yeah, grounding, feeling the energy permeating through your body, especially the lower part of your body. It's going to help you become more present in life. It's going to allow you to go after the things you want to go after. It's going to develop a more grounded masculine presence, a more masculine energy. So many guys today, especially on the spiritual path, their energy is so up here, they're so whimsical and airy-fairy and it's all love and light. But they're avoiding their power because they've learnt to hide it. They're avoiding their raw, authentic expression that actually comes from the gut, comes from the hips. It's where we experience passion from. When you can really access that part of the body, you start to get a bit turned on for life. And then you start bringing that awareness down again through the legs, feeling the calves, feeling the shins, feeling the ankles, the heels, and then creating that open channel of energy from the soles of your feet going down into the ground, creating more grounding, more stability, more magnetism. You start pulling things in. You don't need to go out into the world and chase so much. The chasing, all the wanting comes from up here. We still have our desires, we have our intentions in life that comes from up here, but we need to bring them down through the body. Most people, what they want in life exists out in front of them. It's always in a vision, right? They see it here, and so they walk around the world with the vision out in front of them. But what we want to do is we want to bring that vision down through our bodies. We want to feel how it feels in our heart to be living that desired reality. Rather than have it out in front of us, we want to bring it in and really feel it in the heart. We want to come down and feel our sense of power in our gut, in our hips. Feel the turn on for that desired reality. Not just seeing it as a vision, but feeling the turn on in our body. And of course we need to ground ourselves into that reality, because if you're struggling to attain it now, it's almost certain because you're afraid of it. You might not know that, but your nervous system doesn't want you to have that reality because it feels it's dangerous. So you've got to spend some time imagining yourself living the reality that you want whilst being grounded. whilst feeling your legs on the ground. One of the best ways to help me ground is to just find a tree. And I know it's a bit, it might be considered a bit odd or, a bit funny to do, but really nature provides so much understanding and teachings because it does things naturally as nature intended, and we are creatures of nature, right? So when you look at this tree here, I could have chosen a better tree. So this is a better example. We got a nice thick tree trunk here, and we can see and feel how solid it is, right? It's a really, as all trees are, it's solid. Now when the tree started to grow, it needed to have its roots, these beauties here, go down deep into the earth before it was able to grow and flourish into the tree that it is today. We can learn so much from nature. This is its masculine. There's nothing essentially pretty about the trunk of the tree, but it has a very important job. It provides stability. It's essentially the masculine. And the masculine stability and the roots going down into the ground is what allows its feminine to flourish. It allows the tree, the leaves and the branches to flow with the wind, just like the feminine flows with life. But in order for the feminine to be able to do that, it needs the masculine structure that we've got here from the trunk. So you can look at the tree and you can feel into your legs and get a sense of that solid grounding. And you can look at how the roots go down into the earth, and you can imagine that you've got roots that go down into the earth too. Now, it might be an unusual thing for some of you to do, but it genuinely works, and it genuinely helps calm the mind down and calm your nervous system down, so you can have a more calm demeanor. You can feel happier internally. You don't need to go after all of your overstimulating habits which are just keeping you locked up in your mind. This is a really powerful way to start having a hold of your internal reality. And your internal reality is what creates your outer reality. So as within, so without. I hope you enjoyed my video. It's the first one I've recorded for a while. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Love to hear anything you want to share. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.